And I'm going to welcome everyone to our reorganization meeting. I am Jamie Shoemaker, the assistant to the business administrator. I'm filling in tonight as Miss Anaya is unable to attend. And I will begin the meeting by reading the open public meeting statement. On Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021, notice of this meeting was mailed to the press and the Current of Egg Harbor Township. Notice was also delivered that day to the township clerk and posted on the bulletin board in Township Hall. Please stand and join me in saluting the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the official report of our election results from November 2021. The three-year terms were won by members-elect Regina Bongiorno, 6,857 votes, Juanita Hyman, 6,299 votes, and Barbara Zalagi, 5,982 votes. The one-year term was won by Nicholas Seppi with 5,378 votes. And now I would like to invite our board member-elect to join me down on the floor to take their oath of office.
Yes. Thank you. It's really easy. We don't usually hold it. Yeah.
It's only you can move. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
Barbara Zalagi.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established
to the same and the governments established
in the United States and this state
in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people.
so help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Barbara Zalagi,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member
the office of member
of a Board of Education,
of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant to
as a voter pursuant to
RS 19
RS 19
4-1,
4-1,
nor disqualified
nor disqualified
due to conviction of a crime
due to conviction of a crime
or offense listed in
or offense listed
NJS
in NJS
18A
18A
12-1,
12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and unjustly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Now, Board Member-elect Juanita Hyman will be sworn in by Mayor Marty Small.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to all the board members that are sworn in. Raise your right hand. And after I say aye, you state your name.
I, Juanita Hyman,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
So help me God.
so help me God.
I
Juanita Hyman,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I possess the qualifications prescribed
that I possess the qualifications prescribed
by law for the office
by law for the office
of member of a Board of Education,
of member of the Board of Education,
and I am not disqualified as a voter
and I'm not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to RS
pursuant to RS
19:4-1,
19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime
or offenses listed in NJS
or offenses listed in NJS
18A:12-1,
18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, you've been sworn.
And now Nicholas Seppi will be sworn in by Committeeman Ray Ellis.
Good evening and congratulations to the new members. Seppi. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicholas Seppi,
You solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith, that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me
So
God.
help me God.
State your name.
I, Nicholas Seppi,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I possess the qualifications prescribed
that I possess the qualifications prescribed
by the law for the office of this member of the board,
by the law for the office of the member of this Board of Education,
and that I do not disqualify
and that I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant to
as a voter
pursuant to
pursuant to
RS 19
RS 19
4-1,
4-1,
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime
or offense listed in
or offense listed in
NJS
NJS
18812-1,
18A12-1,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of that office according to
all the duties of that office according to
the best of my
the
ability.
best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You're sworn in.
Okay. Okay, congratulations to all of our new board members. And now we will take our first official roll call of the full board. Ms. Bongiorno?
Here.
Mr. Delabarca? Here. Ms. Gilbert Floyd?
Here.
Ms. Hyman?
Here.
Mr. Ireland?
Here.
Mr. Price?
Here.
Mr. Seppi?
Here.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Here.
And Mrs. Zalagi?
Here.
Thank you. And now we will be taking nominations for president of the board. If any board members have a nomination, please raise your hand and state the name of the member you are nominating.
I'd like to nominate Lou Delabarca for president.
Mrs. Sullivan?
I would like to nominate Barbara Salagi for president.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, we will close the nominations and
Just a reminder, when everybody votes, you vote by saying the name of the person that you're voting for. So it's not a yes or no. It will either be a vote for Lou Delabarca or Barbara Salagi.
all right. Mrs. Bongiorno?
Barbara Salagi.
Mr. Delabarca?
Before I cast my vote, I need to say how sad I am about this situation. We had the opportunity tonight to show our community our unity as a board, but politics has again entered the boardroom. What a shame. I want to thank those members who had the courage tonight to show the support of me, and at this time I cast my vote for Lou Delabarca.
Thank you. Mrs. Gilbert Floyd?
Lou Delabarca.
Mrs. Hyman?
Mr. Lou Delabarca.
Mr. Ireland?
Mrs. Barbara Salagi.
Mr. Price?
Lou Delabarca.
Mr. Seppi?
Mrs. Barbara Salagi.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Mrs. Barbara Salagi.
And Mrs. Zalagi?
Barbara Salagi.
All right. I would like to congratulate our new board president, Mrs. Barbara Zalagi. At this time, Mrs. Zalagi, would you like to take over the meeting, or shall I continue?
You're already there. You may continue. Unless you want me to take over.
Okay, we will continue and take nominations for vice president.
I nominate Ms. Tamika Floyd, Gilbert Floyd.
Mrs. Bongiorno?
I nominate Marita Sullivan.
Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Tamika Gilbert Floyd.
Okay, we already have Mrs. Gilbert Floyd and Mrs. Sullivan. Are there any other? Okay,
So the same process for vice president, name a person, not a yes or no.
Mrs. Bongiorno,
Miss Marita Sullivan.
Mr. Delabarca,
Mrs. Tamika Gilbert Floyd.
Mrs. Gilbert Floyd,
I'm going to put it in for myself. Tamika Gilbert Floyd.
Mrs. Hyman,
Mrs. Tamika Gilbert Floyd.
Mr. Ireland,
Mrs. Marita Sullivan.
Mr. Price,
Tamika Gilbert Floyd.
Mr. Seppi,
Marita Sullivan.
Mrs. Sullivan,
For myself, Marita Sullivan.
and Mrs. Zalagi.
Marita Sullivan.
All right, congratulations, Mrs. Sullivan. And now, we will continue with the agenda. 9.1 is adopt existing board policies and bylaws. Can I have a motion, please? Yes.
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? Okay. Roll call vote. Mrs. Bongiorno?
Yes.
Mr. Delabarca?
Yes.
Ms. Gilbert Floyd?
Yes.
Mrs. Hyman?
Yes.
Mr. Ireland?
Absolutely.
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Mr. Seppi?
Yes.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
And Mrs. Zalagi?
Yes.
All right. And now, items 10.1 through 10.7, appointments for the year 2022.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Yes. The vendors that are listed in this agenda item, I don't see like any dollar amounts or not to exceed a certain amount. Is that something that you normally do here, or if you don't do it?
I'll answer since the business administrator is not here. That's typically as part of the budget. When we go through the budget process, those numbers are in the budget, budgeted for those amounts.
Because I'm accustomed to seeing them on the agenda when you
Yeah,
vote on
that's
it.
not something they typically do here. Every board does things a little bit differently. That's not something they typically do here, but those amounts are budgeted in the budget and approved for this year's budget.
Well, I'd like to make a suggestion that in the future that it be added because, you know, the public needs to know not everybody looks at the budget. So in the spirit of transparency, maybe it should be there. I have another question. Were any of these positions, did they go out to RFP or were they advertised and were interviews conducted, or they're just appointed?
Weren't these contracts till June 30? Would you like me to respond?
Yes.
Okay. These positions are contracts, and we do cycles for RFPs. That goes through the finance committee and then the whole board.
So that was done already, is my question.
Yes, we go through cycles, so
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Roll call. Mrs. Bongiorno?
Yes.
Mr. Delabarca?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilbert Floyd?
Yes.
Ms. Hyman?
Yes.
Mr. Ireland?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Mr. Seppi?
Yes.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
And Mrs. Zalagi?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 11 is to designate the official newspaper and bank depositories. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? roll call. Mrs. Bongiorno?
Yes.
Mr. Delabarka?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilbert Floyd?
Yes.
Mrs. Hyman?
Yes.
Mr. Ireland?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Mr. Seppi?
Yes.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
And Mrs. Solagi?
Yes.
Thank you. And now, item number 12 is discussion of the Code of Ethics. Mrs. Elko.
Yes, good evening, everyone. First, I want to say congratulations to all of the new board members and congratulations on reorganizing. It's a great time to start the year fresh. As a reminder, each year at reorganization, we do go over the Code of Ethics. We review them. This year, we will be having a retreat on January 11th, and at that time, we will go into the Code of Ethics in more depth, and we'll certainly talk about it in more depth, and we'll also have the sheets printed out for everybody to sign for the Code of Ethics. Typically, at reorganization, you get the list of all of the Code of Ethics, and everybody signs them. We don't have them today. The school is closed, so therefore, on January 11th, when we have the retreat, we will go over them in more depth. That being said, I do just want to review just the basic Code of Ethics that everybody does have to follow. One, that you're going to uphold and enforce all laws of the state of New Jersey, that you're going to make decisions on the educational welfare of the children, and making sure that you're keeping that in mind. That as a board member, you confine your actions to policymaking, planning, and appraisal, and that you don't make any policies without first consulting those that affect them. In addition, that you're going to carry out your responsibilities to make sure that you're not administering the schools, but rather with your board members, making sure that the schools are well run. You also have to recognize that your power is of the Board of Education as a whole and not those of an individual board member. You have to agree to make sure that you refuse to surrender your independent judgment to special interests, partisan or political groups, and that you have to keep things confidential. As a board member, we talk a lot about student matters, employee matters, confidential matters, and those things have to be kept confidential. If we're in executive session, what happens in executive session, that information that's confidential needs to remain in executive session. You also have to vote to appoint the best qualified individual after consideration of the recommendation of the superintendent. And finally, that you're going to support and protect school personnel in the proper performance of their duties. So as I said, I will go over them again at the retreat, but I just wanted to remind everybody what the Code of Ethics are. We do this every year at reorganization. And again, I just wanted to say congratulations, and it's going to be an exciting 2022. So before we go to the next part, I just wanted to point out to the board president that the next section is typically something that the board president will make a decision on, that is committees and appointments. So you can either take action tonight or you can take action at a future date.
Now, I think that by Friday, if you let me know what committee you would like to be on, and by the retreat, I'll have that for you. Yes?
So can we have is there a session for us to have a little quick discussion about it, or
About
thoughts?
the committees? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
No, I'm just asking, can we open it up if anyone had any questions or preferences? Is that something we could discuss in public?
It's committee, so that's certainly a public
Okay.
conversation. What
Okay.
typically happens is the way your bylaws are written, the board president assigns people to
Yes,
committees.
I'm aware. Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and talk about the various committees. You can certainly inform the board president now what committee you're interested in, or you can email the board president, whatever you prefer.
I can still email, but I just wanted to, I guess more so with not much so much as the committee, but the setup of the committees.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that we'll look at to keep the same, change? Will we still be able to attend additional committees that we're not on? If there's an open available space? Those are things I guess we want to put out there.
That's all, we'll all talk about that at the retreat. There's some committees on here that we haven't had in a while. And I just think that that's part of the discussion for our retreat, is how we want to function. And that's what you're asking is
Yes.
how we're going to function. And
I just want to, just to put out there that the way we have it now, is there will be, I guess I said, are we open to any possible change, adjustments, anything as a whole board in general?
a whole board.
And even as the times of the meetings, and whether the meetings are live or, can be virtual at times or in person, those type of things. I just want to put that out there. I would like to put that out there because I don't want to not be able to be on a committee or attend the meeting because the time may be, at 4 o'clock and I'm still at work or what have you. So those are just some things I wanted to throw out there for everyone just to think about. So we discuss it at our retreat, that we just consider, the dynamic of the board, because we have some people who are retired, some people who work. We have a combination of things going on. So those are just some things I want to make sure that we consider when we're doing the planning.
And that's why I say that we should discuss that at the retreat, because we'll all be there and different ideas can be shared. And we're a team, and it should work for everybody.
Right, and that's why I'm just bringing it up. I'm just bringing it up now because we're all here, just to say if anybody has anything.
Hopefully we'll all be at the retreat too, and then we'll be able to discuss it openly, and everybody can have their ideas put forward, and we'll decide how and what we're going to do about different things.
Gotcha. So I'm not debating that. I'm just saying if there are any ideas or concerns or questions, we could bring some of them up now, and maybe that'll give you some some notes that you can use for the retreat.
Well,
so
I think
didn't know if anybody else
this is our
had any.
reorg, and I think that what you're asking for is different procedures and how we're going to do things, and that's why we're going to have the retreat, is to discuss
I understand.
our operation.
No,
our operation
yes,
for it.
I understand. So I'm just saying, but I just said that wasn't the only piece. Just if any ideas about things that, since we're all here, I don't think it would be inappropriate. But if there's no one else has anything else, then that's fine. I just wanted to express my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Okay. Dr. Bruscio, it's your turn.
Thank you, Ms. President. Happy New Year and welcome back. Congratulations to our new board members. Welcome to the dais. I just have a few updates, and I have shared with the sitting board members, but as new board members and as the public, just some updates regarding our school district. One, COVID-19. At this time, we have approximately 58 staff splattered throughout departments and teaching staff over our 7 schools and departments in the district. So we've spent very, very busy last 4 to 5 days. I've had discussions with the county superintendent and supervisor of our nurses, the Atlantic Division of Public Health, and read guidance from New Jersey Department of Health. What we did, we assess our status as all superintendents and school districts are doing at this time. After having discussion with our principals this afternoon, we are right now, based on our absentee and our call-outs and quarantine folks, able to open due to staffing tomorrow. So we should be in good shape. There will be coverage happening, but our principals assured us that they have those coverages in place. Just want to make sure everyone knows that our schools have been cleaned and sanitized. The desk shields have been cleaned, sanitized, and replaced if needed. So we are ready to go in terms of welcoming our students and staff and providing health and safety for them. Snow on top of COVID-19. Our facilities departments, our custodians, transportation department have worked feverishly over the last couple days to plow, clear, and ice surfaces to prepare our schools to be open. And it was a challenge. They spent time clearing, and when they cleared, they turned around and snow covered their work over. So we sent them home yesterday. They were back in today working hard, and I was assured this afternoon that our schools are ready. had a discussion with the township, and they too are working very, very hard. They've been hit with some COVID situations as well, but they will be working through the night. We still have some communities that have to be cleared, but I was assured that that will be taking place this evening. But as far as the main roads and the roads into the developments, we seem to be okay. In conjunction with the township and having those discussions, a delayed opening is going to be in place for tomorrow. So it gives the township a couple more hours to get what they have to do done, and also gives our parents and staff and students opportunity to get to school safely. So what I can recommend is that you look at our website, check out the times, because it's a 2-hour delay and every level of schools is affected differently. Our Talents program will be open in the afternoon, not in the morning, in the afternoon only. All right, so we will be on delayed opening tomorrow. Again, I advise you to check the website. You could also, parents will receive information in the parent portal and also emails. Okay, you will not find it on social media. All right, I want to make that clear. And to end, I look forward to the retreat on Tuesday night. I believe it's a great experience and a great time to team build, to get our needs and wants out, and to, as a team, develop the board calendar, as well as how our meetings are going to be run, including those committee meetings. So Tuesday night, the board will be working very hard to come together and set their plan for the new year. So I thank you all, and have a great night.
Okay.
I have a question. What time is the retreat?
Well, that will be set. It's usually going to be 6 p.m. is what we usually go by, but we'll have discussion with the board president and the business administrator, and we'll be in touch with you in the next day or so.
Okay. Comments from the public? Okay. Board members have anything to say? Nick?
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I'd like to thank my friends and family for coming and participating in this. I see we have a few dignitaries out there. Could you raise your hand so I can recognize you? You're shaking your heads. You're lucky. I'd like to thank our mayor for coming out, Paul Hodson. I see, is that Commissioner Parker in the back? Yes, he's here. And Committeeman O'Donoghue, thank you for coming. And I'd also like to recognize former board member Justin Riggs for coming out. Thank you. You certainly are an inspiration to the young people in this community. And finally, I'd like to also say thank you for Committeeman Ellis for honoring me and swearing me in. It truly is the honor of my lifetime, and I greatly appreciate it. Furthermore, I look forward to the year that we're going to have together. Hopefully we can make this community and this district a better place. And truly, I wish the best of luck and the hardest of work to all of us. So thank you.
Hey, Juanita.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank all of the Egg Harbor Township residents who supported and believed in me enough to cast their vote for me on Election Day. I am honored to be given this opportunity to serve on the Egg Harbor Township Board of Education. I look forward to working with all members of the board and this administration to ensure open communication, transparency, and accountability in our mission to do what is best for our students, staff, and our community. Thank you.
Yep. I would just like to congratulate the new board members, and I'm looking forward to working together with the entire board this year, and I hope that we have a good year. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday at the retreat. I think we'll be off to a great start. So thanks again, everyone.
Okay. Anybody else? Well, I would like to say thank you to the people of Egg Harbor Township that supported me and put their trust in me, and to the board members tonight that trust me to do the right thing and be our leader for the kids and the staff of our district. And from there, administration. You good? Okay. Then I need motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming.